Hi, my name is Ronald Layman. I'm from the Faux School in Frederick, Maryland, where I teach decorative painting workshops and complete commission projects for clients all around the world. Today I'm going to show you a really cool technique using Firmalux Grasello and Firmalux Milano Plaster with wax. But before we get started, if you could do me a favor, go down below and hit the subscribe button. That way you get notified when I make new videos and schedule interactive live chat sessions. You'll be notified. If you don't mind, hit the like button while you're down there too. But let's get our tools, let's do our tools, and let's get started. Okay, so the first thing I've done to get ready for today's technique is base coat the surface using the micro primer. Micro primer is proprietary to the line of line-based plaster line from Firmalux. Stay within the system, prevents problems from happening. Cleans water base, or it's quartz base. Put it on with a 3/8" nap roller. Cleans up with soap and water. You can tint it with pigment, never paint. Let's see. You don't use paint because it'll just destroy the property of the material, the properties of the material, basically the material breaking it down. Now, Grasello plaster. Lime-based, interior-exterior, tints with lime-compatible pigments, never paint, not universal colorants. The best thing to do if you're going to do this just like this is order from the links below, because they'll tint it for you at the factory and you have nothing to worry about, because I'm going with jet black. So Grasello, pigments, lime-compatible pigments, never paint, never universal colorants. You could use earthen pigments, powdered pigments, that works. Boom, boom, boom. That's it, let's go, let's get the first coat on. This is going to be our bed coat. Meaning, everything's going to start with this. Okay. That covers good when it's dark like that. This is our first coat, so we're going to do 2 coats. Make sure we have solid color, full range of color, and then we're going to give it some interest. So it's almost flat, up on the edge to bring it off. Almost flat, up on the edge. Get in there, a little bit more. Okay, that's it for this coat. A little cleanup. So let this dry 100%, come back, second coat, and get interesting. See you in a minute. Okay, so the first coat's dried. We're ready to do the second coat. Same exact thing. Not many changes to it. Just get our material. Do our second coat. Paying a little bit more attention to some of the movement, but not much. I mean, we're not going for the traditional look here. We're playing. So we still want it smooth. We're just not going for that high glass look, but you know what? While I have this out, I might make a second sample. That would be beautiful. We should have plenty of material. Yep. Alright, that's going to dry. Then we'll do our decorative part next. Well, maybe. Get into it. See you in a bit. Second coat is completely dried. We're ready to move on. Now, what we're going to do is put a layer on Then we're going to manipulate it to give it some fun interest. That'd be cool. I hope. Get some plaster. We're going to go a little thicker than what we normally be doing for these coats, but not much. Just going to put it on. I'm going to work this as if I was working a big wall, by the way. Okay? And I probably have a helper with me on a wall doing this one. One would be putting it on, and I'd be coming behind and doing the movements. So now I'm going to take and clean the trowel. Actually, well, yeah, I'll do it like I said. Take the trowel, let it create a suction, place it flat, and just drag it through, okay? Then we're going to take this, what we call the French sponge. Oh. I've never seen one like that before, have you? And we just tap it in, starting up here, coming across. Just tap it in. Now, more plaster. And it's going to be hard for you to see this until the final, so you just kind of have to stick with me through this. Meaning, none of this is really going to show up at all on this camera until I add the couple more layers. So I even put the plaster on diagonally, just kind of, see that? Take the trowel, make it wide, can come out thin, just don't get too crazy with it. Might even just put some down here. Yeah, why not? Done with that. Grab the sponge, French sponge, tap it in, tap it in. Let's take it. Yeah, we'll tap it here, here, here. Yeah. Now what I want to do, see these lines are a little harsh. The sponge came into it. So, ooh, got a rag. So I'm just going to come back here with my trowel and just soften them and make them go away. See that? Melts it right in, very organic. Even up here I kind of didn't do it right. Could use a little something right there. Could. How about a deeper one? Let's take this guy and pull through it. Take the tip of the tool. Just kind of do some fun little funky veining. Yeah, we'll put a couple in here too. Get this guy. Oh, that's a little too busy. Holy cow. Made it all wiggly. Don't want to do that. Dang, I did it again. I need to do something right. I'm going to leave that flat. Not worried about that. Okay. This now has to dry 100%. We're going to come back and give it some color. I know because you can't see anything. It's going to be fun. You're going to be like, surprise. All right, let's let this dry. See you in a bit. Okay, I know what you're thinking. I can't see anything. I know. I'm sorry. There's nothing I can do about that until now. We're going to change it though. We're still staying within the lime system, but we're going into the Milano line of metallic plasters. And I've taken the Milano silver. Milano comes in silver and gold bases. No gold. We're talking silver. I've taken the silver base. I've actually tinted it with mica powder to make it even more metallic. Yeah. So this could be quite interesting. I'm not going to lie, it's going to be very costly to do this finish. To bump a gallon of this plaster. Let's go back. I made it up in quarts. So to bump a quart took, oh boy, what did it take? Half a hand. So that's 50 grams of mica powder. So that's 1.75 ounces. So this, $27. So half of that is whatever that is. I don't know. I suck at math. Was that $13.50? So half of this to a quart, I would take 2 of these to bump a gallon. And if you're doing 5 gallons, you can buy it bigger, but I'm not going to lie. Now the other thing, when you add this to the plaster, you have to add water because this pulls all the moisture out of the plaster, right? So you're going to have to add a little water to it. So let's highlight this thing. And it's going to get real strong really quick. Okay, so this won't be the finished product. There's several layers to this guy. But we're going to have to be putting it on tight and following the pattern that we created. So I'm backfilling it, getting it all in there. Alright, let's start with that color. That is the micro copper, that's what it's called. Now this is the bronze. They're very close in color. I was hoping this would have a little more brown to it. So this is plaster. This is the Milano plaster tinted with pigments. I'm sorry, tinted with mica powder. Clean that up. We're going to let this dry 100% before we move on. So that's the next step of the process, so see you in a little bit. Okay, we're dry. Let's go back to the black and finish this guy up. The colors are very strong, very, very pronounced, too strong. So now we're going to bury them with the black plaster. If you still think it's too strong, you could always come back and add another coat, but we won't know that till we're finished here. of course, like I said, this isn't good. This is for accent walls. I wouldn't do this on a whole room. This would be way too busy. Get some more. I need more. Thought I had enough on there. Okay, let's let this dry 100% and then make a decision on where to go next. We're dry. Can you see it start coming to life? No? Oh, what am I gonna do? Put some wax on it. It definitely needs wax. You can start to see the hints. I'm not gonna show it to you just yet. It's starting to pop up. Wax we just put on like normal. And that'll richen it all up. Because as this dried, the black kind of got cloudy. It's just a characteristic of it. I couldn't really burnish it because of everything that's happening here. I didn't want to damage it. But also it really wasn't the look I'm going for with this one. Still a little, lost it down here. Didn't really pop through like it did up here. I'm sitting down. We can fix that, that's easy. I'll let this dry for a minute. I'll show it to you, see what we look like. See all that cool stuff happening? But look, there's no texture. You can see me in it. See? Reflection. Heavily textured look. No texture. Just kind of way it goes. But we need this to dry. I think I'm going to come back and punch it up with some metallic wax now. So, once this wax dries, we'll... Ah, it's already dry. Look at that. Plastic bag. Got the cotton waste inside, so it's nice and fluffy. The cotton just goes right over it. I'm sorry, the plastic bag skates over the surface, making it hotter or less friction. Yeah, buddy. See how this turns out. I might not add my colored waxes to it. Yeah, so I take the plastic bag, it's a 0.7 millimeter bag, just a trash can liner, and you can put a t-shirt in or cotton waste in. I use cotton waste because I have a bunch of it here. And honestly, I'm trying to get rid of it. T-shirt works just the same, but the plastic, no color, no dyes, no store logos or anything like that. Alright, let me see. You have to get real close to see some of this. This is where I took the trowel and pulled it this way. See it? And then here is where the sponge hit it. See all that cool stuff? Look how shiny that is. Isn't that great? This is the better part. Actually, let me do it this way. Yeah, you can see it. See the reflection? Look at the board. I like it. I'm not going to change it. It just has just enough of the metallic poking through. This could have gotten a little, I could have pulled that a little tighter, but you know what? We have the material. What could possibly go wrong if we try to add tinted wax, metallic wax? Famous last words. What could possibly go wrong? Ay, ay, ay. I gotta mix it up. Might as well show you how to mix up some wax. Just take it out of the can. That's way too much. Usually I mix it up in a cup. Usually when I'm doing a job, I will take a whole quart, such as this, and I have an electronic gram scale. I put this quart on the machine. I zero it out so I know there's nothing there. And then I slowly add this by the spoonful or tablespoonful, whatever I do. And that way I measure it and bring it up. I'll make a video and show you how to do it. Not a big deal, because I have to make some for another job. And then that way I write down my notes and I know I have it exactly the same way every time. But then you're like, how does he get all that to disperse in this paste? This is the tricky part. That's why we need to make a special video strictly to that, because I don't want to confuse you. So forget I even said that. If it was, but usually I just stir it up. But no, yeah, you can't put it in a mixing machine. That won't work. You know, like a paint shaker, it just doesn't work that way. You got a big mess on your hands. Let me go mix this up. I'll be right back. Give me a minute. Three, two, one. Okay, we're back. So we mixed up a micro bronze wax. Whew, let's see how this turns out. There we go. Perfect. It's bringing everything back that kind of lost down here. I just put that black on too thick down there. Oh yeah, gives it more dimension. I mean, I knew it was going to do that, but I did get a little crazy with down here. Just got a little too heavy-handed with that black plaster. Not the end of the world. Far from it. Dang on it. Got mica powder all over my workstation. Where's the lid? Put that on there. Now, because there's some heavy textures here, still, believe it or not, there's texture. Not texture for the wax to get caught into, but not for you really to even notice it. It's there when you look at it or even feel it. I take a rag and just buff out the deep spots. Like, see how it got a little clunky here? Clunky, clunky, just chunks of it. Textures is different. Then you let that dry and polish it out. And what's nice by putting the clear wax on first and polishing, it seals the surface. If you try to put that bronze wax right over top of that raw plaster like that, boy, it can soak it into the point where it can ruin your finish. But the bag works so much better than a rag if you polish it out that way. Normally, like I said, I'll use a car buffer. See what we got here. Pull the tape. And see how she looks. Eek, get off my hand. Ah. Okay, there we go. Last time. Let's see what we got. Look at that. How pretty is that? Isn't that amazing? Smooth. Haha. Look. Trying to get the light just to dance off of it. See, even the bottom there came, whoop, out of focus. See, it comes back. Still, a little heavier down there. A little nice, more happening up there. I like that. That turned out just what I thought. Great for an accent wall. There you have it. I don't have a fancy name for this plaster. It's just something fun. Can always come up with something. Metallic drift, I don't know. Have to do some checking, but man, turned out really nice. Okay, that's it. Before we go, I ask you to do me a favor, go down below, hit that subscribe button, and that way you get notified of new videos and when I do my live interactive sessions. And if you don't mind, hit the like button. That way I know you like what I'm doing. My name is Ron Layman. I'm from the Faux School in Frederick, Maryland, where I teach decorative painting workshops and complete commission projects for clients all around the world. If you're interested in classes or commissioning me, go to thefauxschool.com and you can get all my contact information there, as well as see my portfolio. That includes some of the, I don't know, some pretty cool buildings, Kennedy Center, International Monetary Fund, a couple casinos, a bunch of restaurants and people's homes. So yeah, been doing it for a while. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next time.